What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Childish back at it again, coming at you with the latest and greatest from CompToUs, dropping a new era of games for their company called Summoners War Rush. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the pictures that they've kind of put out here. We're going to give our honest opinion at it, but spoiler alert, my answer is not going to be the one you're expecting. I actually don't have the confidence that I generally do. And I'm going to tell you guys why in a hot minute here. But before we get into that, though, thank you guys so much for your support and checking on this video, despite the fact that every other YouTuber's already put one out and you want to check out this video. Again, fam, as always, if you do want to see more videos down the road, regardless of what game we're talking about, you all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops. And if I may, do want to drop a quick announcement once again. When it comes to the holiday seasons, guys, we do get around to doing quite a bit of summons here. But for those that don't know, I have a gentleman here by the name of Hittiger who connects with me once a year, every year for the holiday season, and brings us the most LD summons we do by far on our channel here. So we got over 600 LD summons coming for you guys on Sunday. It's going to be at twitch.tv/Childish402, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. Now, let's go ahead and get back into it, man. It's kind of weird for me. You guys know I'm generally a neutral guy. And even if I'm a neutral guy, I want to, try to, keep an open mind, look at the cup half full, and try to really be positive when, CompToUs does a couple of things here. But today, it's really hard for me to do that, just for the simple fact that there's a lot of things going on right now with a wide variety of games that they got. And I'm not really sure why they're deciding to go this route. But let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, which is, of course, the new game in the mix here. We'll talk about it. And like I said, I'm going to give my brutally honest opinion about this here, right? Summoners War Rush, Summoners War first idle RPG. I here, let's put it out there. I'm gonna say, let me tell you something right here, okay? For those that don't know me or know my history with CompToUs, okay? I'm one of the few that have been around since the beginning of time here. I got the relationships upon relationships when it comes to the people within the game. And generally speaking, I'm going to tell you, even though we got NDAs and whatnot, I would say for me, I've always respected NDAs, and it's been like a 50-50 chance as far as me getting a little tidbit from somebody way up above, right? Somebody way up above. Because again, we have that mutual respect. They know that I'm not going to say anything. And this is literally one of the few times that this happened where I had no idea what's coming out. I woke up, I saw everybody's video, Drew Biga's video, Sashizo's video, S Fox video, Sean B's video. I saw them all, and I'm like, what the heck is this? What is going on? I don't know. So Summoners War Rush, kind of ironic given the fact that it's an idle RPG, but yeah, they are bringing out their fourth installment. Obviously, that's the unfortunate thing about announcements is that, when I think about almost kind of related to when it comes to trailers in a movie, right? You can do two things in a trailer. You can give just like a little bit of a hint on it, kind of keep you guessing, kind of get you excited, get you hyped up, or you can literally, create a 3-minute trailer and basically share the whole, the whole story in and of itself. I think this is one. This one is not the latter, right? This is the first one. And, right now, yeah, new Summoners War game under the IP should be exciting. But, to me personally, there's really not enough for me to really get excited about. For example, right here, they say growth and defense, Summoners War Rush, strategic defense is, convenient idle growth. I actually had to go over to the Google Play side of things to actually, find out that it's going to be, a little bit of idle, but it's also going to be tower defense. Like, I had no idea, this was going to be, like any kind of tower defense, but I was like, okay, sounds good. I mean, you really can't tell that, I mean, maybe a little bit here, but I guess I don't do enough tower defense games. But when I think about this screen right here, right, I just, you're trying to promote a game. There's just not enough. I feel like every single stream should just provide. They should provide the detail right here, like that. That's where we should be at. We should be able to take a picture, break it down, dissect, and kind of get a real idea of what's going on here. But like I said, I was initially just kind of cut off guard because again, there's a lot of idle games out there that are doing really amazing, and I gotta give them credit where credit is due. Where I don't think, and maybe you guys can correct me in the chat, but I don't think I've ever seen an idle slash tower defense hybrid. If there is, let me know. I know there's some big tower defense game. I remember Arknights going like beast mode. So a lot of people do that stuff. I remember Shambi going ham. I remember Tectone growing beyond belief with that. I saw a lot of people just, truly enjoy those kind of games. Me, I never got around it. So again, I'm a little skeptical about this one, given the fact that they're trying to really clash two different genres that don't really fit the bill. But, I will give credit where credit is due. They are trying to mix it up and try new things. But let's not get it twisted. Let's address the elephant in the room. Okay. The elephant in the room is that this is the fourth game through the Summoners War IPR title, right? We've seen a lot of games within their company, within the company that come to us, but this is the fourth one carrying the Summoners War logo, the Summoners War banner, the Summoners War name. So what are we doing here? Are we trying to get a little extra, from this particular title? Are we really trying to milk the IP, do it? Because to me personally, if we're looking to launch a game, right, and we're looking to create something that super unique, super polished, because this, right, it's 2024. You just can't make a random idle game or tower defense game. There's gotta be some elements of the game that just crushes all your competitors out there. And, regardless of what those mechanics is that are unique, to me personally, I don't think you don't need the name to carry it, right? If it had what it had, if it had everything that it needed, I think it'd be fine. I get the fact I play devil's advocate, right? If you got a company that's done as good as you have when it comes to turn-based gotchas, yeah, sure, carry the name. But to me, that is kind of a red flag. I'm curious to see, like I said, where they're going to go, and I wouldn't be as skeptical as I was if I really didn't get a chance to talk to you about what everybody's been talking about, right? Summoners War, La Centuria, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time about this, but I think this was a very good example of a company trying to utilize their name to get ahead and not do the necessary steps to really make this game polished. And I think I'm kind of giving away a little bit of what I'm actually trying to say for this whole video. I'm not going to carry this one out super long, guys. I got a lot of stuff to do. It's Friday night for me. I'm trying to grind out videos for the next 3 hours here, so you guys can have some stuff for the weekend and have some stuff planned for the holidays, just in case my schedule is going here. But let's put it out there, okay? Let's skip it all. Let's put the marks so that somebody can timestamp it, so they're wondering what they want to know what I'm going to say, okay? Okay, I feel Summoners War Rush is going to die instantly if they did not do one key thing, and one key thing right now. They need to learn from their mistakes. Simply put. I'm going to say it again. They need to learn from their mistakes. Okay. Now, I want to tell you right now, I'm unfortunately, I'm not the guy that can, even though I have the history with CompToUs and Summoners War, I couldn't give you every single detail under the sun, right? But you and I both know that there's a lot of reasons why Summoners War Sky Arena was able to do as good as it did for as long as it has, right? Now, again, it's gone on 10 years, but you guys know that there's been a roller coaster of, gradually coming up and then, kind of steady, maybe a little down because of all these other games coming out that are like it, trying to be the best. Then they changed their way. They improved the game. They improved the quality of the moves. They start listening to us. They start giving some of the best free-to-play events of all time. They start mixing up and making some adjustments, right? And again, that's just one element of the game. We could talk about units. New units coming out, units being initially broken, new units not getting refixed until people spend, all this money upgrading them. There's a lot of things we could talk about, right? But the sad thing of it is the things that I mentioned, there's just a handful of things. These are things that haven't happened one time. They've happened multiple times, which is why I don't understand why that's even the case, right? If you learn from your mistakes right from the get-go, a lot of the mistakes that we made leading up to where we're at right now with Summoners War wouldn't even be the case. And if we learned from our mistakes and kept the game flowing at the time that it was at its height, then maybe we wouldn't have to even talk to a different part of comp to us and say, hey, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's try to mix it up. Let's try to do this live PvP kind of concept where we press a button and then wait for somebody else to press the button and counter them and counter them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where they were going with that, but I do give them products to mix it up. And here's the thing, regardless of how harsh I want to be to comp to us right now, they're doing what any business would do. I got to give them credit. You cannot sit here and think that even though your game has been doing fairly good, really good, right? 10 years going, that it's going to carry you another 10 years. That's not realistic. Okay. There is, I can count on one hand how many games, are out, 15, 20 years that people still even know about. People sometimes see on Twitch or whatever, like maybe that's just not the thing. Right. Like I said, they got to think of it. But the thing of it is that we need to realize why we're getting to the parts in the first place. Have we done everything we can to make the game as good as is? Have we polished it the most we can? Have we looked at all the feedback that the company, the players, the community, the streamers, the YouTubers have been giving me? Everything. Have we done it all in a fairly timely manner to keep the game going in a positive direction? I'm telling you right now, I am so sick and tired of talking to CompToUs on the side and saying, why in the world do you not have a test server for your trusted YouTubers, streamers, endgame players, and Guild Wars and Siege, allowing them to test the game at the highest level and give you honest feedback, sign this NDA so that we can provide the best of the best feedback to make this game that much better? That has never been a possibility, and we've seen countless updates, countless units, countless new parts of the game that were just a hot mess, and it never did to be like that. I can give them credit on one time where it happened, they did it, they responded, they acknowledged it. But again, going back to my main part of why I'm not feeling too confident about this game, they are not learning from their mistakes. If you can't learn from your mistakes, if you can't see all the turn-based gotchas and all the mistakes that I made from 2017 to 2019, where your community left and then eventually came back because these companies had them and then made huge mistakes. If you can't learn from not just your mistakes, but all these companies' mistakes, then we're never going to get to where we need to be. And clearly the community is here for you. And I say you as a company, CompToUs, they're here for you because you know why? I can tell you right now, just from my channel, okay? I've tried as a content creator and like other content creators to try to broaden my horizons and try a wide variety of games. But the Summoners War community, they don't do that. They're in there. They're all about the Summoners War content. Why is that? Because they've been invested, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's just the community, whatever. They enjoy a good element of it, but not everybody. Why is that? Again, getting back to some of these key components that just doesn't just kind of leaves you wondering why. Why are we having this issue? Why are we looking at, the fourth game out there? But again, let's move on. We went on to La Centuria. I wanted to go on a nice little rant, but again, the whole premise of it just led to where the game is at today, which is almost non-existent. And I apologize in advance for any developers that's watching right now, but again, it is what it is. Let's just call it a spade. Okay. Moving on. Summoners War Chronicles, right? Third game. They're moving into the MMORPG franchise. There's been a lot of games coming out. I think that was right around the time where Genshin Impact came out. They had their what's it called? They had their hands tied. I don't even know what that's. It was gonna be tough, right? It was gonna be tough. I can't think of the phrase, but I'm losing my mind here. They had their work cut out for them. There we go. They had their work cut out for them because again, they decided to release a game in the height of a lot of really, really good MMORPGs right now. Really well developed and polished RPGs, right? Here's the deal. I started when the Summoners War Chronicles came out. I was outrageously excited because I grew up on MMORPGs. I was EQ1, EQ2, top PvP players in various servers. I mean, I was ready to commit like crazy, but like a lot of companies do, I feel like, I'm going to point to it, Summoners War rushed. They rushed the concept. They rushed the newest game out there. They rushed the whole element of this Summoners War Chronicles it wasn't as polished as it needed to be. Up until, a year or two when people started seeing it, started making it, I just don't think it was enough to keep things going. There was too many elements of it that was just not there. And that time where they, finished this big event and then they announced so much for Chronicles and they had everybody tied in. They started to do events where they collabed with the Sky Arena and Chronicles. Like it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And then when the changes were made, the ship is already sailed, for lack of a better phrase here. I do respect them for trying new things, but again, knowing where they started, knowing where they are, to have a game even go 10 years says a lot about you as a company, which is good. But there's still that element of the game where you have to consider what is missing, what is going on that is motivating you to break away and having to try something outrageously different. I respect the fact they try something different because at the end of the day, this is games, half-life of the games don't last too long. But is it because the game has failed? Or is it because we have failed? Or is it because you have failed? I personally think the community hasn't failed. I feel like they've been very vocal about the stuff that they want to say. But again, have both sides done everything in their power to do that? I don't know. Even I, as a YouTuber that's been known to connect the influencer community with the Comptos team and working to provide a wide variety of ways to, shed the spotlight on different content creators around the world, I wonder sometimes if I've even done enough. Can I do enough? Is my life just in a situation where I just don't have that element? Have I lost the motivation? I don't know. Again, there's a lot of things up in the air, but that's neither here or there. Getting back to the story. Moving on from Chronicles. For those, again, getting back to it, was big into it, super excited about it. And within a matter of a year and a half, I'm dead to it. And I say that respectfully. I'm dead to it. Why is that? Simply put, just don't have a lot of time. The game is good, but again, MMORPGs require a lot of time. Couldn't do it. Couldn't make it happen. It's a shame because I truly enjoy MMORPGs. And anybody knows if you really enjoy a game, you're going to make time for it. Okay? You're going to make time for it. All right? Now, before I jump into the Summoner's War Rush, I want to, confess. I want to confess because December for content creators is the best month without question. And this is the month that we're supposed to be making videos upon videos and streams upon streams and doing everything we can to grab that audience, get it, because we literally make sometimes double, if not triple, the amount of revenue that we do. That is not the case for me. Okay? That is not the case for me. Why is that? Because I found a game that is idle with an MMO hybrid that has just caught my eye and it's been hard to break away. Okay. Now, I'm not going to sit here and promote it under the sun, but I will announce it. And that game is Go-Go Muffin. Okay. You can call it what it is. You can have your opinion about it, but I'm telling you right now, for a person that appreciates idle games, for a person that loves that little bit of element of MMO RPG in, they did it. They done it. It's in a good spot. Is the whole free-to-play whale thing balanced out? Maybe not. But as far as me, staying in my lane when it comes to money spent, it's in a really good spot. I'm enjoying it. It's really hard for me to play into the games right now. I've never played this many games as I had before, and there's something about that game that has kept me away from all of them. And the only reason why I bring it up is because of the simple reason as to why this whole video is being made. This game took the time to really capture specific elements of genres that people enjoy. They've really understood the value of events, of what it means to be free to play and really enjoy that beginning atmosphere. Being able to get engulfed into the game from the second you jump in. There's been a lot. There's been a lot of that, right? And there's a lot of games that have not done it the way they should, and because of that, they kind of get lost in the mix. So again, while like I said, I want to focus on Summoners War here. That's kind of where I've been. I've literally been playing this game on the side, and it's really taking a lot of my time. It's an idle game, but I'm too connected to it. It's kind of hard, right? Anyways, so but I guess what we could do is we could also brush into Soul Strike, because Soul Strike is a part of the Comptus crew. Again, for those that don't know, Soul Strike, full transparency, company reached out. They said, hey, you want to do a video on Soul Strike? I'm like, you know what, better yet, I'll do a video on Soul Strike, but I'm not going to just do one. I'm going to do about 10 to 12, maybe 15. I want to do a Let's Play series. I'm going to show you guys my brutally honest opinion about it. Keep it 100, okay? If I like certain things, if I don't like certain things, I'm going to let you guys all know. And let me tell you something. The first few videos, while it may have been intriguing to a lot of people that followed me in that journey, it was not all sunshine and rainbows. That first 5 minutes of my Soul Strike experience was not great. Okay, I'll leave it at that. That'll be PG. Not great. I really didn't know what was going on. There was too many elements that were not fully explained. There was really a lot of elements that were just not really good. It wasn't until I moved into the early to mid stages where I started to really find out about the ins and outs of the game that kind of kept me intrigued. But it kept me intrigued more so because it was something that could fit in my schedule. It was an idle game. It was something that I can do. I can play. I can jump into it, and I wouldn't be. I wouldn't feel as bad for not like grinding it out, because ultimately there's a lot of things that I can gain from just letting the game sit and letting it collect. And it did, and I enjoyed it, and I made videos. I've connected with ComTwist a little bit more, and we've been on 4 to 5 streams on our channel. We've connected with numerous people in the Discord community, and again, it's been quite the journey, quite the positive journey since the initial launch that I jumped in, which I jumped in about 4 to 5 months after that. Now, I bring this up because it's a great example of how companies, even as strong as this company, can start not where they need to be, but then can make the necessary adjustments to make the game a little bit better. Is the game where it needs to be? Is the game perfect? No, definitely not. Needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work. But I'll tell you what, the people on the back end of Soul Strike team, they're listening more so than a lot of other departments in various other games in the franchise are listening. And I give them that. I'll give him that. Now, moving on to the final part. Summoners War Rush, Idle RPG, Tower Defense. Will this game make it? Will this game not? Obviously, it's hard to say given what they've already showed us, right? We only have a couple of pictures here and there, a couple of different aspects of it. They have a possibility to do something very unique. Again, I cannot think of any off the top of my head. I can't think of any idle RPG / tower defense game that are really doing well, right? But I will say this, and I've said it already 40,000 times on this video. If they can't learn from their mistakes, which has led to bringing in their 4th game, 5th game, whatever. I mean, so many games, right? But 4th game in the Summoners War IP name. If they haven't figured it out, then if they haven't learned from mistakes, then I'm not sure where this is going to go. Because truly, I believe if a company has done the necessary work to make the game as strong as possible, has connected with people, done close betas, made the game as polished as it can, there is no need to keep the Summoners War title going. It can be its own element. We don't need to use the IP to try to carry the game, try to milk the game from the early start and get that money in there. If the game is on point, it will do well. And we've seen that time and time and again. People from various companies coming out with these games and just crushing it because they really took the time to, really, research the game, learn the game inside and out, make it as polished as it can. So, again, this is just a excuse me. This is just a extra video for you guys to let you all know that while I should be excited for the new part of Summoners War, franchise, I'm not as excited as I used to be, and it's not because of what they're looking to do in the future, but what I've seen in the past. I really hope that this game is not rushed, no pun intended. I really hope there's no like crazy deadline that they have to hit, because I've seen so many companies that have talked to me on the side and says that, hey, you know what, we knew the game wasn't polished, but we had to put it out because X, Y, and Z said this game needs to drop at this date, no questions asked, and there's no reason for that, right? They really need to take their time with this, and I hope that they've done the necessary work on the back end when it comes to betas, when it comes to research, when it comes to things that tower defense games are missing, things that idle games are missing, because if they do not hit the mark, and I mean truly hit the mark, I cannot see this game doing as good as everybody wants to. Sorry for the dark tone of this video, but again, this is kind of where we're at. To put it bluntly, this is the tone, this is the what's it called? The kind of feelings that I have given everything we've seen, right? Keep in mind, guys, we're 5 days in. 5 days in from the announcement of the final 10x10, anniversary event, which has left everybody really upset. And I've sat back, not made any, video, trying to, respect everybody's, opportunities to shine and share their stuff. I mean, like I said, I didn't want to add fuel to the fire. It was a negative time. People are not happy. I wasn't happy. I thought that they could have done a little bit more, like a lot of people did. Again, don't get me wrong. I've seen the recent videos from people talking about some of the new things that they're doing. It's better, but is it where we needed to be? We can argue that for another video. Either way, it's hard to be positive Patty when negative Nancy's right on my shoulder. And negative Nancy's been sitting there a long time. Negative Nancy wants to talk about this stuff, get it out. So that's what we did today. If there's one thing that I carry more so than a lot of people out there, is full transparency. While I've always kept the neutral element of the channel, you pull me on the side, you talk to me on Discord, you send me an email, you want to know the real? I'm gonna give you the real. Okay, I'm gonna give you the real. So this is where we're at. Excited for the company, excited for the game that has been so gracious to me, so amazing to me over these years. But I'm also sad. I'm also scared. I'm also very skeptical. They really need to learn from the mistakes from the previous games they made. If they don't, I don't know what to say. It's not gonna be good. I'm gonna leave that, guys. Thanks so much for clicking on this video after everybody and their mom made videos on this content. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you take the time to really leave a comment. There's nothing more exciting for me than to put out a very thoughtful video, a video that I put a lot of thought in, before I, put it out, and really hear you guys' opinion, because Lord knows I may say something different, may say something wrong, but I stand by what I say, and I hope you guys can respect that, regardless if you agree with it, okay? That's it, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Done.